Hey everybody, this is Fumi. So this video, I've tried to do this video like 3 times and I swear there's somebody who doesn't want this video to get out, but it's gonna get out. So this video is gonna be about stealth and remaining neutral. Okay, so my biggest advice to ladies in general in life is to remain neutral. Stop telling people what you're for and against. When you know what somebody's for and you know what somebody's against, you can easily manipulate them. For example, let me give you an example here. Many people, okay, recently there have been a lot of terrorist acts against Americans. And after 2 or 3 days of being incarcerated, a lot of these murderers receive $500, $1,000 from random Americans. So what does that tell you? That tells you that there are people out here that don't mind other Americans killing other innocent Americans. And not only do they not mind that, but they're willing to pay for them to become free or pay for them to get off. Many of the people who support these murderers are everywhere. You don't know who they are. They could be your post office. They could be your post office. I don't know why I can't say post officer. Post office. Your mailman. I'm having one of those moments. It could be your mailman. It could be your teacher. It could be your mother. It could be your father. There are many people that you walk past every day who support murderers, terrorists. You don't know who they are. So why is there power in that? Why is there power in what they've done by anonymously donating to these murderers? These people have avoided public shame, public scrutiny. These people are allowed to keep their jobs because their customers, their associates, even some of their friends and family members don't know that they support domestic terrorists, that they support murderers. So what is the lesson in this? The lesson is that many of these people will probably openly say they like black people, they openly they're for equality, they're for this, but they are giving $1,000 of their pension or whatever to fund murderers. So this is why this is so powerful. Stop telling people everything. Remain neutral or deceive. Make people think that you're pro-gay marriage. Make people think that you're pro-black rights. Make people think that you're anti-feminist when you are feminist. Many feminists who are against traditional marriage gender roles, a lot of feminists are against that. But the moment they meet a good man, they become housewives, leave their education career behind, and it's all she wrote. But then they have you being single, independent woman. You don't need nobody, right? You can do it all yourself. But as soon as she meets Larry, she's a housewife and living well. While you compete with her husband and she's sitting at home. So be careful of people. It's I think somebody said technology. Many people who are pro civil rights, pro equality are actually not. They are funding people who actively work against your interest every day. So what do? You learn from them. Stop telling people nuances. Be stealthy. Stop telling people what you're for. Stop telling people what you're against. Don't tell them anything. Play dumb. We know that most black women are educated and are smart. Start playing dumb. For instance, if I am, somebody asks me, are you pro-gay marriage? I could say yes. I could say no. I could say maybe. Or I could say, I haven't really thought about it. And they're like, well, wow, okay, well, why not? I'm like, oh, I don't know any people who are, and, in fact, are you pro or against? Are you pro-life? Are you pro-choice? They're like, yeah, and I'm like, really, why? Please inform me. And now they're talking about themselves. So now you're knowing what are they for and what are they against. Play it neutral, ladies. Play dumb. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm so unsure. And then thank people. Thank them for telling you their opinion. Thank them for telling them. Let people run their mouth. Let people talk more than you talk. Okay? Be mysterious. Oh, wow, you're pro-choice. You're pro-life. Oh, wow. Well, I'm so on the fence. I just don't know. But after talking to you, I feel so much more empowered. I can go home now and reflect on everything you've told me. Thank you so much. That's how you have to act. Never tell people your position. Just act like you don't know or you haven't decided. And yeah, play dumb. Because they don't need to know what you're for or against. If you're pro-gay marriage, do what a lot of other people have done. Go write them checks that allow their lobbyists to go and fight for their rights politically. And I'm going to go into lobbyists later. But yeah, ladies, like these racists who support people who murder black children, who give them thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get out of court and get off. But then they smile in your face and hold hands with you and invite your kid to their kids' birthday parties. They're like, yeah, I love little Jessica. Yeah. And then at the same time, they're like, oh, I hope, cross, giving money to abortion clinics and black communities. Come on, guys. A lot of people will smile in your face. We need to be stealthy, and we need to not only just stay neutral, but depending on the situation, lie, pretend. Maybe you're for it, maybe you're against it. But my advice is to be neutral, because many people will be like, well, you said this. Play neutral, play dumb. Allow them to think that they can actually change your mind or influence you. Allow them to think that. Oh, emotional outbursts on social media can cost you your job, your reputation, everything. There was a black woman who posted that she was going to murder cops. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Why would you, even if you were, why would you go out and say that? And guess what? She went to jail and lost a lot. I don't even know what else happened because I don't follow foolishness. But a dentist who was posting memes about about discrimination that black people deal with. She was posting it. Turns out her bosses had somebody befriend her. Her bosses knew people she didn't know they knew, and they were monitoring her social media account. So even if it's private, what they'll do is they'll find people on your friends list or friends of a friend, and they'll monitor your account. Your friend who needs money, they'll give them, oh, I'll give you $50. Just tell me what she posts about. Stop putting all your stuff on social media. Stop the emotional outburst. Gay marriage is legal everywhere. If you think that's great, say nothing. Because if you are pro-gay marriage, you know that you've already marched. You know that you've already given your money to support gay organizations. You know that. So you don't have to tell people that. You don't have to make your picture rainbow. Do what you do privately and remain neutral publicly. Okay? So removing your ego is very essential, because a lot of people want to be in the spotlight. They want to take credit. As for the flag thing, the woman climbed the flag and recorded it, and then she got arrested. She could have removed the flag, but why did you have to record it? And why did you do it in broad daylight where somebody could see you and arrest you? If we woke up tomorrow and every Confederate flag on a public building in front of a public building was gone, there would be a message there. They would be gone. Nobody would know where the flags are. Nobody would know who took them. And that would make the news. All of them are gone, all over the nation. That's some strategic stuff. And guess what? Nobody would be going to jail because nobody would know. Stop trying to record yourself to get thumbs up. And guess what? Now you're going to have a record, and now you're not going to be able to get a job. And guess what? The people who, and you live in the South. So you live in the South with a bunch of racists. And so you're going to put your name out there so people know that you are fighting against racism. So now when you go to look for a job, where most of these racists are have the power to control whether you get a job, now they can easily deny you and blackball you from your industry, because now they know that you're that chick who climbed the flag. And when you go to court, an old Klan member who's a judge can easily make sure you get a year or 2, 3 in prison, because now they know who you are, and now they know you're against their interests. So don't tell people what you're for and what you're against. And when you do advocate, you do it silently, you do it stealthily when nobody's around. You don't record it, you don't do hooray, you don't try to be the face of anything. You want it to be faceless. All people need to know is their results. Remember that anonymous hacker? The anonymous hacker that I think hacked Sony over that video about South Korea? I wouldn't be surprised if it was Koreans who did that. I would not be surprised if it was Koreans or even the South Korean government who hacked Sony because they were pissed over that video. But they're never going to tell you that. They're going to deny. And that's what you do. You do it silently, and then you deny people. Okay? Another thing, ladies, in most other cultures, and historically in some cultures, men are protectors and providers. They protect you and they provide you. Women birth the next generation. If all your women are getting tased, incarcerated, killed, beat up and bruised, how are they going to birth the next generation? If you have uncles, brothers, fathers, sons that are legal age, of course, not children, but sons, like men, in your family, why are you out marching by yourself? Why are all the marchers, why are they all women? Why are the men at home eating the food that you go to work because you're so independent? You're so successful. You have so much money. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of everybody else. You can take care of all the men in your life, but you're out there getting a public record and you're about to lose your job, but while they sit at home. They need to be out there and you need to be at home. You can protect and provide in a more feminine way. When they come home, feed them. Oh, you have a rip in your shirt. Let me sew that. Oh, you're injured. Instead of going to the hospital and spending all your money, I have herbal remedies for that. Okay? The men are supposed to protect and provide for you. Not the other way around, ladies. Not when it comes to warfare. The men do that. You stay at home. And if you don't have a man, then you stay at home. If you have an uncle, he goes. If you have a brother, he goes. Okay? That's the way it's supposed to be. So stop being mules. And stop getting tear gassed and beat up and arrested and ruining your futures. Because if you don't have a man, you don't have nobody to pick up the slack for your children. So, moving in. Okay. Stop advertising on social media. There needs to be more private organizations with strict membership. What do I mean by strict membership? If I start an organization for Black American women, there will be a background check on every member to ascertain as if they are really Black and really a woman. If your birth certificate don't say Black and it doesn't say woman, you won't be getting in there. That's right, I said birth certificate. You're gonna have to show that. And the list of the people in the group would not be public. I would not be telling people who's in it. Who's the president? Who's the CEO? You don't even know that. Either you're in or you're out. The meetings will be held in private locations, in the woods and lodges away from. They would not be in commercial buildings. I wouldn't be renting out spaces with commercial buildings where they can bug all the walls and send in agents. If you're not a member, you would not be allowed entry. Doesn't matter. I'm not nice. No, if you're not a Black woman, you wouldn't be allowed in there. I would not be having events that are advertised via flyers. We don't need cookouts and marches and protests. We need strategy and stealth. How about this? If you guys really want to be activists, study what South Africans did during apartheid. Some of it worked. They weren't telling people their business. The only reason why we know is because the survivors were able to tell people so you could write books on it, okay? You have to survive to be able to write your own story. If you don't survive, you don't write your story. So a lot of you advocates, study what worked in the past. Don't and adopt it to this situation. Don't do the same thing. Change it to benefit you. And nobody should know who you are. Nobody should know. You should be able to go to work and people think that you're just a basic person. They don't need to know you're radical. They don't need to know none of that. Because how does that benefit you? Mystery and surprise. Okay. Okay. Ask for money. For individual Black women, stop going to banks for loans, stop taking out credit cards. You need to have a clique of 4 to 5 people or more, up to you, and you need to do what the Asians do, and many other people do. What they do is they have a group of select people, and you have monthly dues. You put money in the pot, and every month it's a certain order. Everybody puts money in, and on a certain month, every month, one person receives a bunch of money for their business investment. Okay? I put in 500, you put in 500, you put in 500, and it goes to Lisa today. And then next month, she puts in 500, you put in 500, you put in 500, and it goes to Monica this month. And the circle goes around, and if somebody doesn't pay their dues, they get kicked out. Now, when you do these kind of arrangements involving money, the key is just make a contract. Make a contract with the rules, everybody signs it. That way, there's no arguing, there's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts. That's how you have a personal loan system without going to banks and without interest. Everybody contributes, and it rotates. The money goes, and it rotates to a different person each month, and you continually put it in. That's what happens. That's how they get money. That's how they get loans for businesses, and they don't have to get in debt. That's how they get money. Your child has to go to college. Your child has to go to college first. My child has to go to college next. Okay, we're going to start a pot, and we're going to put in money each month, and at the end of the year, the money is going to go to your child. Your child's going to college next, and for the next year, we're going to put money in the pot, and at the end, the money goes to your child to go to school. That's how you financially empower your other sisters to get your children in college. To get a car, you need a car. Put the money in there. This month, you get it. Let's save money again for another month. Okay, you need to get a repair for your house. That's how you loan each other money without interest, without banks. Okay, what else I'm going to tell you what to do? Okay. Use corruption to your advantage. What? Let me tell you how other ethnic groups get things done in this country. Other ethnic groups get things done in this country by having private meetings where they bribe public officials. There you go. You do the public lobbying, yes. Public lobbying. Then you do the private lobbying. Public lobbying. Service announcement, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you what other people do. Public lobbying, yes. Private lobbying, arrange private meetings, tell no one, get a bunch of money. You make their life very happy. They have a campaign, donate to that campaign. Their son needs a job. Their son needs a job. My friend owns a company. Your son has a job. Oh, this law just got signed. Oh, I changed my mind. I'm a conservative Republican, but now I'm in favor of gay marriage because now little Timmy has a job. Now little Timmy got into Yale. Now little Timmy got into... Now do you see what's happening here? Now do you see what's happening? support my bill, even though it goes against what I publicly stand for, and I'll privately vote for your agenda because now my wife has a $50,000 necklace. This is how things get done. You use corruption to your advantage. That is what you do. You do everything right by the book, and then secretly you bribe the mess. Why do you think these people are always, why do you think they're always getting corrupt? Politicians are always corrupt. All of them. Even the nice ones. All of them. They just haven't got caught yet. So what you do is you make it work for you. Now, or that's what other people do. I'm not telling you to do that. That's what other people do. And that's what I've heard works. So what you do, I am not responsible for. I'm not allied with any organizations. But I'm just telling you how other people get things done. And it seems to be working for everybody else. So I'm just saying, stop announcing all your plans on social media. Stop doing that. Because even like a lot of activists like Dr. Umar Johnson, he has a lot of his stuff, you know, on the internet. A lot of the videos, stop allowing people to record your videos. When you announce what you're going to do publicly, your enemies are watching. Another thing is, by being neutral, your enemies don't know you're their enemies. Your enemy, this is another thing. Enemies can be allies 1 minute and enemies the next. If somebody thinks of you as a neutral party, when they need your help, help them. And then when you need their help, they'll help you. They may not know that you hate them and everything they stand for. But now you have an ally. You have a frenemy. Use frenemies to your advantage, okay? Don't let them know you're against them and let you know they're for them. And sometimes just stay out of it. Do what's best for you. Okay. So, don't openly bash your enemies. Don't openly bash them. Don't openly bash them. Many times enemies can be best friends behind closed doors, but they allow you to think that they're against each other. So that way you give money to both sides. Oh, they're two politicians that are really best friends or related. And we're against each other, so they create this public fury. So then you choose sides, but in reality, you're choosing the same side because they're allied and they're splitting the profits. Feminine tip: never vent, never vent or talk about or gossip to people that are not in your circle. Everybody gossips, everybody vents. Fact. One thing you need to do as a feminine woman is make sure you never publicly bash anybody. Never name names, never link. I don't name names and I don't link. Everybody gossips. Everybody vents about negative things in the world. Only do it with people that you know won't open their mouths. Okay? And I mean, really, even some of your friends that open their mouths. Only do it with people who won't open their mouths. Ladies, do that. Notice I don't drop names in these videos? Notice I don't post links in these videos? Because nobody can say I was talking about them. Can they? Well, that's it. Hopefully this video will go through. I've been trying to do it 1,000 times. I may do another version, but I think this one will be okay. So here are some tips on how to be stealthy. And when it comes to nuances, I will give credit to Not Your Girl Friday, because I first started to reevaluate taking sides when I was reading her blog. So credits up, read her blog, go check her out. You know, give credit where it's due. Okay, bye-bye.